Imagine walking into an office designed to spark creativity, only to realize you're doing it from your living room. Studies show that the physical design of offices, lighting, layout, even the color of the walls, can influence how remote workers perform, even when they're not physically present. Why? Because our brains are wired to associate environments with productivity, focus, and energy. As remote work becomes the norm, Eurostat reports a 14% jump in remote work across the Eurozone between 2019 and 2021. Understanding how physical spaces shape behavior is more critical than ever. But here's the twist. You don't need to be in the office to feel its effects. What if the design of your home workspace is holding you back or quietly boosting your output without you realizing it? In the next 10 minutes, we'll uncover how office design principles are reshaping the future of work, even from a distance. The shift to remote work didn't just happen, it exploded. A recent report from Eurostat shows that in 2021, 24% of Eurozone workers were working remotely, a sharp increase from 14% in 2019. This wasn't just a temporary fix, it was a seismic shift in how we think about workspaces. Consider Italy, where the pandemic accelerated this trend faster than most expected. Companies had to adapt quickly, turning living rooms into workstations and coffee tables into conference hubs. What many didn't anticipate was how this sudden shift would reshape not just where we work, but how we work. As businesses began to rethink the purpose of the office, a new challenge emerged: how to design physical spaces that complement, not compete with, remote setups. This transformation laid the groundwork for a deeper look into how office design now influences productivity in a world where work is no longer tied to a desk. The shift to remote work wasn't just a temporary fix, it became a lasting change, especially in parts of Europe. A recent report found that in 2021, 24% of Eurozone workers were working remotely, a sharp increase from 14% just 2 years earlier. In Italy, the pandemic acted as a catalyst, accelerating remote work adoption faster than many had anticipated. Take the case of Milan-based companies, where over 40% of employees reported working from home regularly by 2021. This wasn't just about saving time on commutes, it was a fundamental rethinking of how and where work gets done. As businesses adapted, so did the expectations of employees, many of whom now seek more flexibility. This evolution in work culture has directly influenced how offices are being designed today. Understanding this shift is key to grasping the surprising role office spaces still play in a remote-first world. A 2022 study revealed something unexpected. Workers who had access to a well-designed office space saw a measurable boost in productivity, even when they were working remotely. This suggests that the physical office isn't just a place to show up. It acts as a psychological cue that signals it's time to focus. Consider Italy, where the pandemic pushed remote work adoption from 14% in 2019 to 24% in 2021, according to Eurostat. Yet many employees still relied on office-like environments at home to replicate that mental shift. Researchers say this is because structured, purpose-built spaces help the brain transition out of relaxation mode and into work mode. The design of these spaces, ergonomic chairs, natural lighting, noise control, matters as much as the location. As companies rethink hybrid models, they're realizing that office design can still influence performance, even when the work isn't done in the office. This insight leads naturally to the next question: how do we design spaces that support both presence and productivity? As remote work becomes the norm, many professionals struggle to mentally transition into work mode. A recent report from October 2025 highlights how the pandemic ignited a remote work revolution, reshaping expectations for both employees and employers. Without the physical cues of an office, the mind can drift between work and home. This is where design steps in as a cognitive anchor. Consider how a familiar workspace, whether a dedicated home office or a hybrid setup, can signal to the brain that it's time to focus. Researchers say this structured environment helps reduce mental clutter and boosts productivity. In Italy, the shift to remote work saw a sharp increase, with 24% of Eurozone workers working remotely in 2021, according to Eurostat. This shift wasn't just about convenience, it was about creating mental clarity. As we explore more, the role of physical space in shaping cognitive performance becomes even clearer. A 2023 Stanford study revealed that ergonomic office furniture can boost remote workers' productivity by 17%. This isn't just about comfort, it's about performance. Take Italy, where the pandemic accelerated remote work adoption, with 24% of Eurozone workers operating from home in 2021, up from 14% in 2019. As more people set up home offices, the design of those spaces plays a pivotal role in their efficiency. Poor posture, inadequate lighting, or an uncomfortable chair can drain energy and focus. But when remote workers invest in adjustable desks, supportive chairs, and smart workspace layouts, the results speak for themselves. Consider how this shift has redefined the relationship between environment and output. It's not just about working from anywhere, it's about working from anywhere well. As we look at the future of workspaces, the next step is understanding how lighting and acoustics further influence productivity. The shift to remote work didn't just change where we work, it changed how we work. A recent report found that 24% of Eurozone workers were working remotely in 2021, up sharply from 14% just 2 years earlier. In Italy, the pandemic pushed remote work adoption faster than expected, reshaping daily routines. But for productivity to stay high, companies began rethinking how to recreate office conditions at home. Take Google, which started shipping office-style furniture to remote employees, from ergonomic chairs to standing desks. This move wasn't just about comfort, it was about maintaining the same work environment that fosters focus and efficiency. Consider how this mirrors traditional office setups, where design plays a key role in performance. By extending that philosophy to home spaces, companies aim to bridge the gap between physical and digital work. As we explore further, the next question is, how do these design choices truly impact productivity? A recent report found that 24% of Eurozone workers were engaging in remote work by 2021, a significant jump from 14% just 2 years earlier. In Italy, the shift was even more pronounced, with the pandemic acting as a catalyst for remote work adoption. Researchers argue that the physical office environment does more than just house work. It actually triggers a psychological shift into what they call work mode. This transition is difficult to replicate at home, where the boundaries between personal and professional life often blur. Consider the subtle cues, the layout of a workspace, the lighting, even the sound of a bustling office. These elements can subconsciously signal to the brain that it's time to focus. Take a look at how some companies are now designing office spaces not just for collaboration, but as behavioral triggers to enhance productivity. As we explore the evolving role of office design, it becomes clear that the space itself can shape how we work. As organizations embrace hybrid work models, office spaces are evolving to serve both in-office and remote teams. A recent report found that in 2021, 24% of Eurozone workers engaged in remote work, a significant jump from 14% in 2019. In Italy, the shift was particularly pronounced, with the pandemic acting as a catalyst for widespread adoption. These trends are pushing architects and designers to rethink traditional office layouts. Flexible workstations, soundproof meeting pods, and enhanced digital collaboration tools are now standard. Offices are becoming less about permanent desks and more about facilitating dynamic, inclusive interactions. Take, for example, the rise of hoteling systems that let employees reserve workspace on demand. This shift reflects a broader move toward environments that support both physical presence and virtual participation. As hybrid models mature, the design of office spaces will continue to adapt, ensuring they remain relevant in a world where location is no longer a barrier to productivity. As digital workspaces evolve, virtual reality is emerging as a powerful tool to replicate and even enhance the benefits of traditional office design. A recent report found that 24% of Eurozone workers were working remotely in 2021, a significant jump from 14% in 2019, according to Eurostat. With more people working from home, companies are exploring how to recreate the structure and social cues of a physical office. Take VR office environments. They're being designed to mimic open-plan layouts, private meeting rooms, and even ambient lighting known to boost focus. Researchers say these virtual spaces can stimulate the same cognitive responses as their real-world counterparts, improving collaboration and reducing distractions. In Italy, the pandemic accelerated remote work adoption, pushing firms to experiment with immersive platforms. These virtual offices aren't just digital meeting rooms, they're redefining how we think about space, presence, and productivity. As this technology matures, it could bridge the gap between home and office in ways we're only beginning to imagine. In the wake of the pandemic, a recent report found that 24% of Eurozone workers were working remotely in 2021, up from just 14% in 2019. This shift has forced companies to rethink how physical office spaces can still influence remote teams. Consider Italy, where the pandemic accelerated remote work adoption, yet many workers still crave a sense of connection. That's where office design comes in. Thoughtfully designed workspaces, open layouts, collaborative zones, and even communal break areas can act as social signals. They remind remote workers they are part of something bigger. These spaces don't just serve in-office employees, they send a message to those logging in from home. A well-designed office becomes a symbol of unity, subtly boosting motivation and engagement. As companies blend physical and virtual environments, the message is clear: office design still matters. Let's explore how it can foster better communication next. In the quiet corners of modern remote workspaces, subtle design choices are making a big difference. A recent report found that 24% of Eurozone workers were working remotely in 2021, a sharp increase from 14% in 2019. As more people shifted to home offices, the need for thoughtful design became clear. Take Italy, where the pandemic accelerated remote work adoption, prompting many to rethink their work environments. Offices now incorporate noise-reducing materials, such as acoustic panels and thick carpets, to minimize distractions. Natural light also plays a key role. Studies show it can boost concentration and reduce eye strain. Consider how sunlight streaming through large windows helps align circadian rhythms, leading to better focus. These design choices aren't just about comfort, they directly influence productivity. As we look ahead, the next step is to explore how collaboration tools can complement these physical spaces. The shift to remote work didn't just change where we work, it changed how we think, behave, and feel at work. A recent report found that 24% of Eurozone workers were working remotely by 2021, a significant jump from 14% just 2 years earlier. This shift didn't happen in a vacuum. It was shaped by the environments we designed, both at home and in the office. Consider Italy, where the pandemic accelerated remote work adoption, revealing how quickly our physical surroundings can influence productivity. Office design, even when virtual, still plays a role. It affects our focus, our stress levels, and even our decision-making. Take lighting, for instance. Poor lighting at home can lead to eye strain and fatigue, while a well-structured workspace fosters clarity. These subtle design choices ripple through our work habits. As we look at the future of work, understanding these connections becomes essential. As remote work becomes the norm, the design of both physical and virtual spaces will continue to shape productivity in unexpected ways. A recent report found that 24% of Eurozone workers were working remotely in 2021, up from just 14% in 2019, showing how quickly this shift has taken hold. In Italy, the pandemic accelerated adoption so dramatically that many companies now offer hybrid models as standard. The future of work isn't just about where you sit, it's about how that space supports your mind and your momentum. Picture this: a home office with smart lighting that mimics daylight, or a virtual meeting room designed to reduce cognitive load. These are the innovations redefining productivity. If you're curious about how design might reshape your own workflow, drop a comment below with your thoughts. And don't forget to check the description for sources on this video.